Big up yourself, originals. How are you? Oh my goodness. I hope you had a good Christmas. Um, I hope you had a good Christmas. You know, the Christmases nowadays are a far cry from my childhood Christmases in Jamaica, right? Every year I kind of get a little disappointed that I don't get to have um, something close to the kind of Christmases that I had back in Jamaica, right? That's our biggest holiday down there. And a whole lot goes into, I think you guys, America's biggest holiday is Thanksgiving. Well, our biggest holiday is Christmas, and a lot goes into the preparation. A lot goes into preparing for Christmas Day, right? A lot. There's like the excitement, the painting the house, buying new furniture, new curtains go up. Oh my gosh, the Christmas songs all over the neighborhood. Oh, the Christmas breeze. Oh, the Christmas breeze in Jamaica. There is a different kind of breeze that blows at Christmas time in Jamaica. Let me tell you, it is, you might think of the island and a warm breeze, and maybe for people in cold climates, they might think that that's a warm breeze. But for us, it's a little cool, but not not chilly, right? And it's not warm to us. It's a little cooler, but it's just a sweet breeze that blows at Christmas time. And it just, oh my God, it just adds to the warmth and the sweetness of the time, you know. The cake, the smell of the cake, and the sorrel and the big meals, the pigs roasting, the curry goat, the community joy that's felt throughout the Christmas season without presents. Without presents, you guys. We never focused on presents. The focus was more on community and family and just joyous times. It was warm and joyous. So it kind of breaks my heart that I don't get to have those kinds of Christmases anymore. Anyways, I didn't have the Christmas I would have wanted, but I had peace in my environment. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There was no stress. I wasn't hungry. I was warm and safe and reasonably healthy, right? So I was grateful for that. And I'm looking forward to the new year. Looking forward to the new year. What about you guys? How was your Christmas? Are you looking forward to the new year? Do you have any plans? Are you going out for New Year's Eve? I typically don't like to go out. Hey, Marilyn, it is so good to see you. Oh my goodness, it is so good to see you, Marilyn. I never expected to see anybody this evening. I just came on here. This is a video I was planning to do. I've been planning to do for a couple weeks now, maybe more than a couple weeks. But I just decided to just up and do it this evening, whether anybody was with me or not, you know, get it out of the way to make room for some other videos that I'm getting ready to do. So I'm glad to see you, Marilyn. I'm so glad. Let's see. So I was saying, do you have any plans for New Year's Eve? I typically don't go out for New Year's Eve. I prefer to stay in. I just think that it's such a chaotic time, and I feel like I'm safer staying at home. And so I kind of was half looking for something to do on Christmas, kind of like halfway, not all together. And that's because I was thinking it's part of my plans for 2024 to get out more and to network more and to meet more people. So I kind of had that in the back of my mind as I was thinking maybe I want to do something for Christmas Eve, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I'm, as a matter of fact, I think I think I'm going to actually tune into TD Jakes on New Year's Eve. TD Jakes New Year's Eve Christmas service. I think that's what I'm going to do this year. I've never done that before. Did we used to have watch night? I think we used to go to, was midnight mass for New Year's Eve or was it for Christmas? I don't remember now, back in Jamaica. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's what I'll do. What are you going to do? Do you have plans for New Year's Eve? But so this video is kind of like a recap of 2023 for me, right? And my traveling that I did in 2023. I did not expect to do as much traveling as I did in 2023. It just kind of happened. But 2023 was a stellar year for me. Oh my gosh. I surpassed a lot of my goals in 2023. What about you? Did you achieve your goals in 2023? Did some miraculous things happen for you in 2023? Did some divine providence land some things in your lap in 2023? Did some things happen that you didn't expect? And I can imagine that there were some disappointments too, but I'm pretty sure you overcame them or you are overcoming them. How was your 2023? I really hope it was good for you. Yeah, 2023 for me was a year of exponential personal growth and self-love. It was excellent foundation for what I plan to accomplish going forward, not just for 2024, but onward. Oh my gosh, I forgot I was going to show you some pictures. Wait a minute, you guys. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Let me see if I can get my screen up. I wanted to show some, oh my goodness. I wanted to show some pictures. Oh, share screen. Let me try to see if I can share my screen. Oh my goodness. Come on, Winsome. Oh, entire screen, Chrome tab. Come on. I am so sorry. I should not be doing this, but I want to show you the pictures. How do I do it? Right here. Yay. Yay. I have pictures to show you. And okay, so let me get back to YouTube. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay, so listen, 2023, I did a lot of traveling that I had not planned on doing, right? And but I looked up and I had traveled to 5 countries. I had not planned that, but lo and behold, I was a walkabout in 2023. And I didn't say walkabout, right? I said walkabout. I said walkabout because that's a term that's Jamaican. In Australia, they talk about walkabout, but you know, we're Jamaican, we're going to put a spin on things ourselves. So we leave out the A in about and we say walkabout. So if you are a person who like to move around, you are called a walkabout. Our parents used to scold us when we would go to neighbors' houses and stuff, and we'd be missing, and they would say, "You're too walkabout. You're too." They don't like for you to be leaving the house so often, going to visit friends' houses or wherever you go. You're called a walkabout. So in 2023, I was a walkabout. I was I was all over the world, right? But one of the things I discovered while I was on my walkabout last year was that there are a lot of people in the world. It's a lot of us out here. Oh my God. It's like almost 8 billion people in the world. And when you go traveling, is when you see it. It's a lot of us. Everywhere I go, there are throngs and throngs and throngs of people, crowds everywhere. Every street is packed with people. Every restaurant is packed with people. Every site is packed with people. Every train, every plane is packed with people. It's a lot of us out here, man. And if you don't travel, you don't really get to see just how much it is. Um, Throngs and throngs and throngs of people everywhere. I want to go places now where there's less people and less traffic and where it's less hectic. That's one of the reasons when I think about moving from the US, I don't really consider Jamaica, because I think maybe Jamaica, because it's such a small island, it's just so populated. It's just so many people. It's just a really hectic lifestyle. I think like when I go back to visit Jamaica, it just seems like it seems like it's faster than the US to me, but service is not as fast. Right? People going to and fro and traffic and all that kind of stuff is crazy. But when you go for service, you're going to wait. So I'm looking for places that are less hectic and a slower pace, a slower lifestyle. And I say that and I think about service if I go to a place that's slower, but I don't want slow service. I want a slower pace generally, but I don't want slower service. But I'm not going to get that, right? If I want a slower lifestyle, service is going to be slower. So I'm going to have to get used to that. Can't have it both ways. So Jamaica is home, right? And last time I was in Jamaica was in 2022. We're supposed to be talking about 2023, but I just want to backtrack a little bit. Jamaica, 2022, I did Jamaica and Italy. Jamaica was nice. Let me tell you, one of the highlights of my trip to Jamaica was Mystic Mountain. If you go to Jamaica, visit Mystic Mountain. Where was this? In Ochi? Yeah, in Ochi, St. Anne. And ride the bobsled. Oh my gosh. But if you're afraid of roller coasters, don't ride it. I swear, my life was in my hands. That makes sense? Man, let me tell you, I held on to those poles on the cart for dear life. And I just kept telling myself, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It was a frightening ride. It was frightening. But I would say it's worth it. So if you go to Jamaica, ride Mystic Mountain. And I went with my nieces and nephews, and it was a good time. And then in 2022, yeah, I did start a birthday tradition where I want to celebrate my birthday solo from now on. I don't know. Does that seem kind of weird to you? I don't know. I think I like it. I like that I am able to celebrate my birthday, whether I have company or not. And when I did it in Italy, first of all, I'd asked 13 people to go with me, and 13 people could not make it for one reason or the other. So I had a choice to make. Do I wait for someone to go with me, or do I just get up and go by myself? And I eventually decided to go by myself, and I was scared. I was scared to venture all the way to Italy by myself, and I was worried about how I was going to get from place to place. From Rome, I had to figure out what airport to land into, how to get to the Amalfi Coast, because that was my dream destination, the Amalfi Coast, because I had put that on my vision board to visit the Amalfi Coast. And so I had to figure out how to get from Rome to there, and how once I got there, how to get around the places and stuff. Man, I watched some YouTube videos, I joined some Facebook groups, I asked some questions, and I figured it out. I figured it out, and it was a wonderful time over there. It was an amazing time. As scared as I was to go, I was so scared, I almost canceled my trip several times. And even on the plane from Houston, we were supposed to fly from Houston to, I forgot where, but the plane got delayed. And I was like, oh my God, that's a sign I should not go. And it was right around the time when Putin was threatening to release nuclear bombs or whatever the rumors were. And so, yeah, I was scared. And so the flight was delayed, and I realized I was not going to make my connecting flight. So I went and I talked to the flight attendant, and I told her, I said, I think I'm going to cancel my flight. The flight was to Rome. Yeah, it was anyway. So I said, I'm going to cancel my. She said, no, you can't cancel. Oh, Rome is beautiful. Rome is wonderful. Blah, 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 blah. And she said, go and talk to the ticketing people and see if they can reroute your flight. Right. So they rerouted my flight, and I went through London. Oh my God, that airport was so huge. I don't remember it being huge from the first time I visited London years ago, but it was huge getting around. Oh my, it was so hard getting around that airport. It was huge, buses and trains and all kinds of things to get from one terminal to the next. And I waited 7 hours for the flight from London to Rome. So I was scared all the way up until I landed and met the transfer driver from the airport to the hotel in Rome. Man, that man turned up in the car. We had a party. Going, and from that moment on, I was not scared of being in Italy. Italy was awesome. It was great. So anyway, so that was Italy. Oh, I have videos on Italy in the description. Yeah, on my YouTube channel, you'll see my videos of my escapades in Italy. It was nice. Had my birthday breakfast spread was amazing. It was so much food. It was breakfast fit for kings and queens. It was wonderful. And I stayed in a hotel in Sorrento, Hotel Christina. On the hotel was etched into the mountainside, and the views were spectacular. And they had the cleanest pool I'd ever seen in my life. And the service was wonderful. It was amazing. It was amazing being over there. Oh my God. Yeah. So anyway, so I had bus trips from Sorrento to Pompeii and to Positano. Did Positano tour and Ravello on my birthday. That was so good. Oh my God, the stairs though, the stairs and the hills over there. It's a lot of stairs. Be prepared if you haven't been over there yet. Make sure you get your walking and your exercising in to strengthen your legs and your endurance and your stamina, because it's a lot of climbing and a lot of walked stairs. And so that was something that, as I watched the videos, they would talk about all the climbing and stairs and stuff, but for you to really experience it yourself, it's something else, man. It's something else. So yeah. So that was Italy, but then the Exodus, fast forward to 2023, and the Exodus community. Shout out to the Exodus community. I don't mention them often enough, and I really should, because I have to credit them for me making it to Morocco in 2023. Um, and for just this beautiful community of women that I have met, and some of whom I've become really good friends with, and some of whom I roomed with in Marrakesh and Portugal, and that always, when you're rooming with somebody else, that always helps with cost. So being able to room with other women is also one of the reasons why I didn't even think about that until now. One of the reasons why I was able to visit that many countries. Um, that many countries in 2023. So shout out to Exodus. Now, Exodus Summit, they advertised that the meetup was going to be in Marrakesh, Morocco, this year. So I said, Morocco is on my list, but it's not like I had planned it for this year, right? But I didn't know when I was going to get there. And I heard that it was a place that you really shouldn't visit by yourself. So when I heard that they were planning the meetup, 100 of us were going to meet up in Marrakesh, I said, I think I might want to do that. But I said, let me think about it a couple of days. By the time I came back a couple of days, the tickets were sold out. So I had to get on the waiting list, and I emailed them and I said, can you create one more spot for me? 100, it was 100 of us supposed to go. They had 100 spots. They were sold out. I asked them if they could create 101 spot. 100 spot. Girl, they said, child, you ain't that special. Join the waiting list. So I did. And so I got in because somebody sold their ticket or couldn't go or whatever. So I got in and made my way to Marrakesh, Morocco. That was so good. It was so exciting. I met women from Houston in the airport on the way. We were in was I in Paris? Yeah, I think, my plane connected in Paris, and that's where I met a couple of the women going to Marrakesh. Oh my God, it was so exciting. So we got there, and it was beautiful. Oh, it was so beautiful. Oh my God. So I was saying, I think I don't honor Exodus enough. I don't talk enough about Exodus and the Black women. I don't like the term Black to describe us. So maybe that's one of the reasons that I don't. But let's say the melanated women, I'm more comfortable with that because I don't see us as Black. I see Black as just that color, and I don't see us like we're not that color, but our skin tone is darker, and it's beautiful, all shades of it, dark, from the lighter brown, from the lighter melanin to the darker melanin. It's all beautiful to me, but I don't see Black, and I don't see white either. And I haven't even studied what the word Caucasian means, but I don't like to say white and I don't like to say Black. Anyway, so melanated women, and I think I want to do some videos exclusively or directly addressing melanated women. So in honor of Exodus Summit, but plus, it's the community I belong to, so why not address them directly sometimes, right? I would like to honor our ancestors and be a credit to my race, as I'm a happy melanated woman, right? So I think I'd like to do some more videos that address us directly. So in 2023, there I did the group, oh, Marrakesh. I did um the group travel. I did the group travel to Marrakesh in 2023, and um I wish this could be bigger. How do we make it bigger? Um okay. Okay, Marrakesh. Um so you guys also, if I'm a little hesitant sometimes to talk and stuff, it's because I'm not used to coming on. I don't do a very, this is something else I want to practice more in 2024 is coming on and doing more lives, just talking instead of um, doing more lives, talking instead of, and one of the problems here is that I don't know if it's the internet or it is StreamYard. Using flipping the pictures back and forth is kind of hard to do. But I want to be able to come on and talk more um, um, solo in 2024 and get more comfortable with that. Like Stephanie Perry. Stephanie Perry does it so well. Comes on and talks about storm for 2 or 3 hours, and she just goes and flows, and she doesn't have notes and stuff. I want to get like that. I want to get like that. So I'm practicing. So bear with me. so so Morocco. Oh my God. Um do I have notes on Morocco or just have oh my God. All right. So in Morocco, right? In Morocco, oh, here is a picture of a lot of us at, are you serious? This thing is not gonna work. See, this is what I'm talking about. I have the pictures here, but I can't show them to you because, oh, thank you, my sister. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But this thing is not showing the pictures for me. This is gonna make, this is, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Please show the pictures. This is terrible. All right. While I'm waiting, it's because I wanted to show all these pictures why it took me so long to do this video. And now the thing is not going to show the pictures. This is so bad. Oh my goodness. All right. So, okay. All right. Are you hearing me? Can you hear me as I'm talking over this picture right here? Maybe I can't look at my face and talk at the same time, but this is a picture of us at the pool in the desert. Here's the desert behind here, right? And we are chilling at the pool. I couldn't be in the pool because I have a sun allergy. I couldn't be out in the sun. So I was sitting back here under one of these tents in the shade. Yeah. And a couple of times I ventured out. So this was me and Mocha Mazel. This is me and Mocha Mazel. When I came out of the shade a couple of times. And here is me, Rashida, one of the co-founders of Exodus Summit, and Mocha Mazel. Can you guys see these pictures and can you hear me as I'm speaking? Let me check. Yay! Yay! Awesome. Awesome. And so here also is me and Stephanie. Stephanie, Somebody asked me if this was a pajama set. Why would I wear pajamas set to a party? But here's the thing. I walked into the party, and they're like, Rashida and Francis were like, "Oh, I see you in your Fina well." I'm like, "What? Who?" And they're like, "Fina well, you're wearing the outfit." I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't know who that is." They said, "What? You just walked in and picked out that outfit?" I said, "Yes, exactly. I went to Target. I saw this outfit. I said, let me get this outfit. I think I like this. These jewel colors will do good in Marrakesh." And that's what I did. I had no idea who Fina well was. And I did not know that people were running around looking for this outfit, and it was sold out in most places. And yes, sure enough, the shirt was a little small, and I went to a few more Targets trying to find a larger size, and I could not find a larger size. So I wore it open with the shirt under there. But man, one of the highlights of the trip was my flying dress. My flying, oh my God, that was a whole, listen, the flying dress thing was a whole production. Oh my God. I didn't know what a flying dress was, right? I did see a couple of pictures of dresses blowing like that, but I didn't know it was called a flying dress or anything. So I think it was Rashida that mentioned something about the flying dress on one of the lives that they were doing. And I was like, "What is a flying dress?" And she showed a picture, and I said, "Dang, that's it. I want to do that." And so, I had to find out how to get a flying dress. You learn stuff, man. And I learned where to rent a flying dress from, and I learned that you could buy one on Etsy and all this that. And so I bought one on Etsy, and I was happy about the one I found on Etsy because, as I mentioned before, I do have that sun allergy, and as you can see, I have sleeves on, and it's kind of, kind of covering up quite a bit. And so I was glad to find that style, and they customized it for me. So I found myself in a flying dress in the desert in Morocco. That was awesome. That was an amazing, exciting time. But let me tell you, the pictures came out nice, right? Don't the pictures look nice? The pictures look nice, but let me tell you something. I was so irritated. I was so irritated at the photo shoot because the camel looks nice and tame and cooperative right now, but the camel he was so irritated. He kept crying and screaming, and he kept getting up when we wanted him to sit down so I could take a picture. Standing next to him, sitting down, he kept getting up, he kept walking away. He wouldn't behave. This is a rare moment. That photographer was good, actually. This is a rare moment when they actually caught him still and looking at the camera. That's amazing how she caught that. I'm amazed she caught such good pictures because I was irritated too. And the sun, I was afraid of the sun burning me, and the dress was heavy. And so the way they get the dress to fly up like that is someone was holding the dress. It was windy in the desert, believe it or not. So someone was over here holding the dress for me and holding it up so the wind would carry it so she could take the photograph. And it was heavy because it's a lot of material in the train of the dress. So it kept bringing me down. It kept dragging me down. And I was so annoyed. And then, the gravel were hurting my feet and everything. I don't know how she managed to get some good photos out of this. And after a while, I said, I can't do this no more. That's enough. I don't care if you get a good picture. I don't care if I lose my money. I can't do this no more. And lo and behold, I was surprised. She came out with some good pictures. So I'm very happy about that. Good memories. And then we were supposed to ride ATVs. And again, worried about the sun and everything. Because the ATV was before the flying dress thing. So I was worried about burning in the sun. So, of course, you see how covered up I am. And I got on the ATV, and The guy drove me around a little bit. I didn't even drive it myself. He drove me around a little bit, and then I said, "That's enough. I can't. I don't want to do this anymore," because my mind was on getting that photo shoot done. So here are some of us out there in the desert on our ATVs, and this is a close up of me in my helmet and the ATVs. And then there was this other day that we went to the Atlas Mountains, right? To what is the name of that? The what do you call these women? Oh, how am I gonna forget this? The Berber women. Yeah, we went out there to buy argan oil and stuff, and that was a nice day. Oh, I did so much damage. I did so much damage that day. When I was just the lady was such a good salesperson. She was demonstrating this and telling us about that, and I was like, yes, let me try that. Yes, let me try that. Yes, give me one of that. Give me one of that. And next thing I knew, I can't even tell you how much my bill was. I'm embarrassed to say how much I spent in that shop that day buying argan oil and teas and cosmetics. But I don't regret a moment of it. I really don't. It was wonderful. It was. Oh, there's this picture again in Marrakesh. Yeah, that's one of the pictures in Marrakesh. Of course, again, I'm under the shade. Yeah. So, what else did we do in Marrakesh? Oh, we did some tours, and this is a picture I took at one of the buildings that we went to. I don't remember. You know what I need to do better? When I go and do the sites and stuff, when I go to these different countries, I don't um take note of where we're visiting, and so that I can tell somebody I went here or there. Because like this now, I don't remember where this was and what it was and what we're doing. I don't remember anything. I just remember I took a nice picture there um in Marrakesh, and this was the last night in Marrakesh. It's kind of dark, I know, but we went to the Buddha bar. Oh my goodness. Oh, wait a minute. How can I? Oh, I don't have any pictures of um my hammam. How could I forget the hammam in Marrakesh? Oh my God. That was an experience of a lifetime. Let me tell you something about that hammam. So I'd never heard of a hammam before, right? And I've heard of Turkish baths. I've heard of that. Didn't know quite what it was or anything, but hammam never. So, Lord have mercy. So when I found out what a hammam was, I said, yes, I want that, baby. People describing the hammam experience does nothing compared to the actually living it. We went into the place, right? And it's dark and it's moody and it smells good and everything. And the funny thing is, I just noticed this. I'm very sensitive to smells and fragrances and stuff, but I never got sick or got a headache or was overwhelmed by any of I don't even remember anything smelling strong. So you go in, and right away they undress you. She let me bring my camera in as far as I could, but I didn't want to spoil my camera. It was my phone, so because it was hot and steamy, so I turned it off. But you go in, and what was the first thing she did? She put me in a little steam room. And she lathered on some oils and stuff. She oiled me down from top to bottom. Oh my God, it was so nice. And then she had me sit there and steam for a while. Oh my God, it was so nice. And then she laid me down on on the surface there, and baby, she scrubbed. She scrubbed and and at first I was thinking, oh my God, this is too hard. She's scrubbing too hard. But no, it was so good. It felt, oh my, after a while, it wasn't too hard anymore. It was so good. And she scrubbed from head to toe. And when I tell you she scrubbed everything, trust me, she scrubbed everything. Right. Oh, I thought they had given us a little paper underwear. It might as well they didn't give us anything, because it was just a little slinky little something, barely anything, didn't cover anything. So yeah, she scrubbed me down from head to toe. Oh my God, it was so good. And then she undid my hair, and she massaged it, and she shampooed it and everything. And then she put me in the shower, and I took a nice shower, and then she oiled me down again. It was, oh my God. And then she brought me into a waiting area, and she put me in this robe, and by this time I was like, ah. And she put me in this robe and made me wait and gave me tea and stuff. And then I had my massage. Oh my God. It was amazing. The hammam experience and how much was it? It was so reasonable. Oh my God. So I started thinking, where are the hammam places in Houston? And I don't know if they actually do exist. I did see some things on the internet, but they were so expensive compared to what I paid for over there. But that hammam, baby, everybody should experience that. Everybody should experience a hammam. And then that was the same evening that we went to the Buddha bar. The Buddha bar was an amazing experience. Amazing. I got there early. And while I was waiting for everybody else and they were nice to me to let me into the dining room before it was time to open, right? And they were playing Sade the whole evening until until people started coming in. Oh my God, it was so nice. It was so beautiful and relaxing. And just imagine sitting there in that beautiful decor and Sade playing in the background, and oh, you have your little drink, and oh my God, it was so nice. It was so nice. And then everybody came, and there was a show. Oh my goodness. The dancing and the singing and the dinner and the service. The Buddha bar experience was a wonderful way to culminate my Marrakesh visit. It was awesome. I'm so glad I went. Oh, I forgot how much I had enjoyed that. And then some girls were talking about going to Portugal and going to Spain and everything. And I was trying to get to Spain too, but what they quoted me, and I think I just didn't do it right. I wasn't that savvy at traveling at the time. So I didn't figure out quite how to get to Spain from Portugal, but next time I'm wiser now. But anyway, I made my way to Portugal because I found out some women were leaving Marrakesh and going to Portugal. So I said, I want in, I want to go, bring me. So, where is it? Portugal. So I got a flight, an Iberia flight over to Portugal, and we did a few days over there. Now, Portugal was very hilly. Let me tell you once again, you guys, I don't know what it is with these foreign countries, but they love their hills. And see, because where I live over here near Houston, Texas, is very flat. I'm not used to the hills, baby. It was so hilly. All the streets were hilly in Portugal. And so once again, let me tell you, get your walking in, strengthen your legs, get your stamina up before you go to these places, because it's hard. My legs be hurting when I travel. So here's a picture of me on Pink Street, one of the famous streets in Lisbon, Portugal. That was a good time. I don't know. I think there is a Pink Street somewhere else. Is it in Colombia? There's a pink street somewhere else. Where was it? Anyway, yeah, so this day we were on Pink Street. Um, Portugal. This day we had gone up to Sintra. We had gone up to Sintra, and I was just a little tired. Again, all the walking and stuff. So I was just taking a little break. Yeah, so we went up to here, and people went all the way up to here, all the way up to there. I did not, because I knew it was all the way up on the hill. I looked at that hill and I looked at the sun, and I said, I'm not going to go and slow you guys down. So y'all go. And I sat down at the bottom of the hill and waited for them to come back. They went all the way up to see this palace. And I wasn't keen on entering the palace. So I feel like I really didn't miss anything much. But before you got to the palace, you got to see some other parts on the property, and this was one of the wells. Again, I didn't get the information for, look at this, it's copyright. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to take this off of my thing. And yeah, so this well was part of the palace grounds, and that was the Peanut Palace that we visited in Sintra. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. Oh my God, the drive up there was so, Portugal is so daggone beautiful. It's like everywhere in the world has its own beauty. Everywhere is just beautiful. Oh, Portugal. While I was driving up in Sintra and stuff, I was just so aware of being so blessed. And I was just so grateful to be able to experience these things. And then I think it was the same day that we did the Pink Street. We also did the Time Out. I think we went here for breakfast brunch. Yeah, I know the picture is a little blurry because I can't find my own pictures. So we went to Time Out Market, which is another famous place. But I didn't know that Time Out Markets, they have one in Boston. I think they have one in New York. They have them in other places. I thought it was just a Portugal, Lisbon thing. Oh, this picture? Oh, this is a picture of me on my birthday in Italy. What is it doing here? Yeah, this was a dream come true for sure. And then I made my way to Colombia. So Colombia happened for my birthday. So remember I told you that I am doing an annual solo birthday trip in a different country every year. So this year it turned out to be Colombia. When I decided first, I think from last year, I thought I was going to go to Israel for my birthday. So I was looking into group tours for Israel. And I think the Israel came off the table when Marrakesh, you see how things work out? When Marrakesh became a thing, it bumped Israel off the plans. So, but if I had kept my plans to go to Israel, I would have been in Israel right around the time that the war started. You see how that worked out? My God. That's why, let me tell you something. I keep telling people, don't mind disappointments and when things don't quite work out and when you have to change plans and when you have to pivot, don't mind those because things always work out for the best in the end. And I just believe that everything works out in my favor. So therefore, I'm glad I did not end up in Israel. So the way that Colombia came about was Colombia, I was looking at what country should I go. First of all, I was thinking maybe I won't go abroad for my birthday this year because I was thinking of making a major trip to, do you have photos of Portugal? I think I showed Pictures of Portugal. I did, I'm not good. I got to get better at taking pictures. Let me see. Portugal. This is Portugal right here. Portugal. This is right outside the door of our Airbnb, right? On the first day we landed. This is Pink Street in Portugal. I should have added more pictures of Portugal. This is me taking a break up in Sintra from the walking in Portugal. This is the Pina Palace that we went to. This is an aerial view of the Pina Palace overlooking the rest of the country. This is this well that is on the premises of the palace, right? And this is the time out market in Lisbon, Portugal. Yeah. And then Colombia. So Colombia now, I was looking, so I was saying first I wasn't gonna bother going abroad this year because for my birthday, because I was thinking I wanted to go to South Africa and to Rwanda next year. And then I started thinking, maybe I'll just run down to Miami. Started looking at Miami, and my friend V, one of my Exodus sisters, said, Miami, of all the places you can go, why Miami? Then I said, okay, let me look around and see where else I could go. So I looked at Costa Rica. I looked at Puerto Rico. I looked at some other places. I didn't quite think of Spain. If I'd really given Spain any thought, I would have ended up there probably. But I was talking to one of my sisters in Jamaica, and she mentioned she had seen somebody go to Colombia. And I said, Colombia, why not? Why don't I look at Colombia? And then I started looking at Colombia, and I was like, Colombia is reasonable to get to and reasonable to stay in. I could do Colombia for such and such amount of money. So I said, let me try Colombia. And I had heard, again, the Exodus women talking about Colombia couple of times, and I said, well, let me try it. So Colombia was amazing. It was so beautiful. It's so interesting to see how people live. Look how tight these houses are packed in. Look how tight the houses are packed in. And his house, okay, like see this green right here? That's one house. And here atop that is another house. Atop that is another house. They build the houses going up like that. It's amazing. The guy explained to me how they built the houses, but of course I don't recall anything. We were riding in a cable car looking at these houses in Colombia. So, and then on this day, we were doing a tour of the Comuna 13 neighborhood. It's a lot of street art in Colombia, also in Portugal. I forgot to show pictures of that too. So this is one of the neighborhoods that, what's his name? What is that notorious drug guy? Now look at me, I'm going to forget his name. Y'all know his name. The notorious drug guy from... You don't see the pictures? What? You're not seeing the pictures? Oh no! This whole time that I'm showing pictures, you haven't been seeing them? Oh my God. Don't tell me. Don't tell me you have not been seeing all the pictures I've been showing. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't understand. Did you see the pictures before Portugal, though? Did you see the ones before Portugal? Okay, okay. So, all right, tell me now if you're seeing. I think it's an internet issue, you know. As much as I pay for okay, thank you, Marilyn. I think as much as I pay for internet, oh God. All right. So right here, all right. Right here, I'm showing myself eating an icicle in Portugal, and this was in the rain. We were walking around in the rain, and we did not care. Um, Escobar, is that his name? The Escobar guy, Pablo Escobar. Yeah, we were walking around in the neighborhood that he used to frequent, and one of the time we stopped and watched some kids playing basketball, and it is now a playground for the kids, but it used to be one of the, it used to be, let me see what Marilyn is saying. Suggestions, have your cell phone near you. I texted you. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, gotcha, Marilyn. Okay, you should be able to see this now. I hope so. This is one of the neighborhoods where Pablo Escobar used to frequent. So yeah, on that playground, what is now a playground for the kids, it used to be that a killing field where they used to go and execute people right there. And now the kids get to play there. Okay. Let me see what other pictures I have. Then here I am getting a facial in Colombia. Let me tell you something. Do you see the facial? Do you see the facial, Marilyn? Do you see me on the table getting the facial? Okay, great. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So let me tell you. So I want to get, so one of the things I want to do when I go to other countries is try out there, have a spa day, right? So I booked this spa treatment. Oh my God, everything was so nice the way that they accommodated me. Even from home, I was communicating with them. I love how you get to communicate with these services through WhatsApp. So I booked everything from home. Baby, I had a facial, I had a 4 hands massage, right? That was 4 people massaging me. What else? The sauna and a full body scrub, all for so little. I couldn't do all of that in America for less than $1,000. It was so good. And when I was telling, as I was leaving, waiting for my ride, I met this other American woman, and she was like, "Oh, you did all that? Oh, let me feel your skin. Can I touch your skin?" I said, "Sure, why not?" So yeah, she wanted to touch my skin because I got all those treatments done. It was amazing. And then, oh my God, listen, we did a street food tour. Right? In Colombia. And my God, it was so fun walking around at night and sampling their street foods and stuff. And some of it was so good and some wasn't. But we met up, one of the guys that came on the group was Emmett. He was so fun. And we became good friends. We were best buddies on the tour that evening. And look at Emmett. Emmett wanted to take a picture with me. That's so funny. So fun. And as we were walking, we saw this Dunkin'. We saw this Dunkin'. I don't know if it is really related to Dunkin' Donuts, right? But oh, okay, I should be finished by the time you have to go see Sandra, Marilyn. But yeah, so that we saw that. And then, but my birthday, the highlight of the Colombia trip was my birthday celebration. So I had this wonderful, wonderful, romantic birthday celebration for my birthday in Colombia. It was amazing. I had a photographer come, and she brought me flowers. She came to take pictures, and I bought a bottle of champagne, and I just romanced myself that evening for my birthday. The restaurant was beautiful on top of a mountain over there in Medellin, Colombia. It was wonderful, wonderful time. And this was the outfit I ended up wearing. Not because that was what I chose. I meant to wear a beautiful green jumpsuit, but tried it on a few days before while I was packing, and it was a little didn't fit quite right. So had to hurry up and find something. And I happened to find this jumpsuit in Amazon, and it worked out fine. It's fine. So that's that. But my birthday celebration in Colombia was amazing. I have a whole video of that also on my YouTube channel. So you can check that out. You can check that out. And then while I was planning for Colombia, my friend V, an Exodus woman, she said, "Why are you rushing back? You don't have to rush back from Colombia. Why are you only staying a week?" And I said, "You're right." So I started looking at extending my time in Colombia for another week. And then she said, the next day, she said, "Instead of staying longer in Colombia, why don't you come and meet me in Paris?" And that's what I did. So I went to meet her in Paris. And man, didn't you love the dress? Yeah, you love it. Thank you, Marilyn. It's a jumpsuit. It's a black jumpsuit I got from Amazon. It was so cheap and came in just the right time for the occasion. Yeah, it worked out good. So here we are in Paris by the Eiffel Tower. Oh my God. Let me tell you something though. Girl, in when I first got to, I should have taken pictures of that. When I first got to Paris, I was devastated. I was in shock for a couple of days because I ended up in a ghetto area of Paris. I never knew that areas like that would exist in a place like Paris, right? You think Paris is so magical and romantic and beautiful and stuff. I didn't know they had ghettos in there, and I was actually scared for my safety. And that Airbnb that the guy had me sign up for was a disappointment. It was a lie. Oh my God, it was awful. I couldn't stay. So I canceled it and booked another Airbnb. I said, even if I lose my money, I cannot stay here. Booked another Airbnb. And by the time I got there and looked at that one, I said, I can't stay there either. So I was down 2 Airbnbs in the same day. And mind you, I hadn't slept in how long, because it was a long plane ride. So I was just operating off fumes by the time I met up with V. And again, I have a video explaining all of that. So you can go and watch that. It was something else with the Airbnbs. You might want to watch that video to find out how Airbnb fixed the situation. They did good. So here we are in Paris taking a tour of, here is this again. I did not take note of the name of the building that we were visiting, but it's one of them popular buildings. We were doing the Emily in Paris tour. Remember that show, Emily in Paris? That's a tour that we did, going to all the places that she visited in the show. Yeah, right here, and I was trying to do one of the poses that she did. It didn't quite work out, but yeah, that's us. Wait a minute. That's us in Paris. And here we are. We did a midnight tour. We did a midnight tour in an old school limousine, old school Mercedes limousine of the Eiffel Tower, and the Louvre. Oh my goodness. It was such a magical night. Look at my face. I'm so happy to be there. It was so good. We bought berets and we did the video. In the video, we talked about our raspberry berets. You got to go watch that Paris video. It's called On the Loose in Paris. Go check it out on my channel. So yeah, that was a magical night. We had a good time there. And then we left Paris and then we went to Amsterdam. Woo! Amsterdam, and we went on a wine and cheese. Down here, you'll see the men preparing the wine and cheese for our. Now, see the boat from the picture of the boat that I scheduled, that I booked. It was a beautiful boat with tablecloths and red seats and everything. And so when I came and I saw that this was the boat, I was like, oh my God, here we go. Another business person putting wool over your eyes. So anyway, it was okay. So we toured some of these canals in Amsterdam and learned about who stayed where, President Obama, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. It was good. It was fun. And then we walked the streets of Amsterdam. This is Madame Tussauds thing over here. If my legs weren't hurting so bad, I would have gone in. But we were looking for 9th streets and we never did find it, but we were close. But let's see. Oh, I didn't organize these pictures right. But this is, wait a minute. I sure didn't organize this thing very well. This is our hotel in Amsterdam. It was a nice hotel, and I'm glad we got there. The Airbnbs in Amsterdam were so expensive when we were doing our research that we ended up booking a hotel. I'm glad we did because that hotel was beautiful. But yeah, here we're back in Colombia here. Here's a picture of the view from my breakfast area in Colombia. The pictures are not very organized. And here is a street in Colombia. The first evening when I went looking for dinner, I went down that street. So I had dinner across the street from there. This is, I take a bath every Friday night, right? So it was a Friday night over there in Colombia, and I made myself a relaxing bubble bath. A relaxing bubble bath. It was wonderful. Yeah, my room was nice in Colombia. And this is the picture of a hostel. I've never stayed at a hostel before, but man, this one was so fancy. I'm like, okay, if I could stay at a fancy hostel like that somewhere, I might do the hostel thing one time, maybe. And here is a shot of a place we stopped to have shots, super shots. Colombia made me wish I was young again. That's what Colombia did for me. But here is a part of the hotel in Amsterdam. Beautiful hotel. I love the decor. I couldn't get enough of the decor there. It was so beautiful. Look at the ceilings. Look at the floors. Look at the furnishings. It was absolutely beautiful and artsy. Look at this part of the lobby, the lounge area. Look at it. Gorgeous. Look at the bar. Just so ritzy and swanky. And just a nice, moody kind of decor. Absolutely beautiful. And this is like walking towards our rooms. Oh my goodness. I really loved it. Look This is more of the dining room with the art and everything. It's so many different colors and patterns and textures playing off each other. It was absolutely beautiful. I loved it. And these chairs right here, I took a picture in one of the, this is V. I took a picture in one of these chairs, but I don't know how her picture ended up here instead of mine. And these are some more street scenes from Amsterdam. We stopped into Dunkin' Donuts in Amsterdam. Yeah, more street scenes. More street scenes from Amsterdam. A lot of rain the whole time from Colombia to France to Amsterdam. It was raining like all the time, but it was okay. We walked in the rain and it was all right. Halal foods. Whew. I like Amsterdam. From the moment I set foot in Amsterdam, I was like, this is a place I could be, because it seemed like, even though it was, busy, it didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel rushed. It felt like a place. And the architecture, okay, so you see old architecture here, but a lot of the architecture, like in the city areas, like on the way from the airport and stuff, a lot of it was very modern and very different. Very modern and very like very what's the word I want to say? And not even unique. There's a better word. And then we passed by a thing called TK Maxx, and I guess it's probably related to TJ Maxx over here. I was tempted to go in, but I did not. This is a coffee shop in Amsterdam, and I found out that the coffee shops are actually weed shops. So I wanted to take a picture of that while I was there. Coffee shop is called a cafe, and for real coffee is the cafe, and for weed, the weed is the coffee shop. So this is us waiting for the boat behind Anne Frank's house, right? That much I remember. And this is that boat picture again. I seem to be forgetting something. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting something. I started to talk about it for a minute. But anyway, that concludes my recap of my 2023 travels, and I'm not sure what's about to happen. I'm not sure what's about to happen for 2024 in terms of traveling, but of course I will let you know. And I want to thank you guys. Thank you, Marilyn. I want to thank you guys for hanging in there with a sister as she learns these YouTube streets and refines her presentation skills on YouTube. I want to thank you, Marilyn, so much. Oh my gosh, you mean so much to me. What would I have done this evening without you if you had not jumped on and helped me figure out that what wasn't showing and everything? So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get you to be an official moderator. And you guys, Happy New Year. You will see me again on the 31st at 3:00 because I have a guest, Dee from Brown Girl Straight 2. I can't wait to talk to her. And so I will see you guys again soon. Thank you very much for hanging in there with me. Bye-bye. Thanks, Marilyn.